Hi there, Emmanuel here, and today we're going to be talking about trade-in traps. Yeah, I'm especially going to talk to you about the trade-in traps that the banks put out there to actually take your money. You know, maybe you've been thinking and scratching your head thinking to yourself, why is it, even though I'm following these patterns that I've been taught, I still keep losing money? It's because it's a trap, and I'm going to explain that to you a little bit more in a second, and especially talk to you about 3 particular traps that most people seem to fall down on and lose money with. But firstly, if you're new to the channel, I just want to say hi. I want to say welcome. If you are enjoying the content, please also consider subscribing. The subscribe button will be below me here. Remember to also tick on the bell icon so that anytime I do put a new video out there, you'll be the first to be notified. And I'm constantly doing that, constantly putting out content that I hope will help your trading, also just help you with your marketing. So, remember to just hit that subscribe button below. As well as that, in a second, I'm going to give you access to our trading group, which is full of 5, 6, 7-figure earners that are going to show you our personal strategy to avoid some of these traps and stuff like that. And you can get access to that completely for free. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. But let's get on to this trading traps. Now, the reason that there are these traps is because the banks can only trade a certain way. You know, if you and I were trading, say I'm putting a trade on, say I put a trade on here to buy. What will happen is if I'm buying, the banks will match me up with somebody else who's selling. Yeah, so whatever lots, how many lots I put on, say, I don't know, 10 lots, they're selling. And so one of us is taking each other's money. Either I'm winning and I'm taking their money, or they're winning, they're taking my money. But the banks can't trade like that because they don't trade in 1 or 2 lots. They trade in millions of lots. There's nobody that can afford to trade against the banks. So they have to generate money in a different way. They have to generate it using these traps. And there's 3 very, very common ways that they use. Yeah, there's three ways that I'm going to show you here. There's loads of ways, but these are the most common, I think, that they actually use to generate their money. Now they talk about these chart patterns, they put training out there, baby pips, all this sort of stuff that teaches you this way to trade because it just looks so clean. And can you make money this way? Yes, you can, because you're going to make some money so if you get it correct. But the risk to the amount of money you're going to make is going to be so much less than if you trade in the same direction as the banks. You trade with the banks rather than against them. These traps are set up to trade against the banks where they take your money and then they tend to go the way they want to go anyway. But anyway, let's get into this. So the first way is what we call support and resistance. Now you must, if you've been in trading a while, you've probably heard of that. It's just these nice, clean looking lines that price doesn't seem to be able to get through. Like here, this was what we call a support line here. I'm going to draw a box here. Let me draw it for you here, because you can see both of them here. We have support and resistance line here. All right, so the support line is the one at the bottom here. You see price tends to come up and then it bounces and it comes again and it bounces. It doesn't seem to be able to break through this like floor. So when some traders see that, they see this as a floor. So they think, or they're taught, the next time it touches this line, I'm going to buy. So because it can't go down, it seems to always want to go up. So I'm going to buy it. And where are you going to put your stop loss? You're probably going to put your stop loss right here. Yeah? And the banks can see that. They can see that there's money accumulating up there. And you're not the only one thinking that. There's millions and millions and millions of people thinking the same thing. It's going to bounce off this support line and go up. On the flip side, there's people now looking at the top here. This is now called the resistance line. Price again seems to be coming up, can't break through. Coming up, can't break through. Coming up, can't break through. So they're also taught the next time it comes and it touches here, you sell it. And where are you going to put your stop loss? Here. Again, banks can see this money accumulating on these, the bottoms and the tops, these support and these resistance line. And when they're ready, they just come and they take the money. They whip up, wipe all these people out here, whip down, wipe all these people out there. And then, everybody's crying. So that's the support and resistance lines. That's the first trap. Let me get rid of this. The next one is the trend line. Now this blue line here. Again, it's an imaginary line. It's not a solid line. It's something that you draw. It's very subjective. You can draw it to fit the pattern so nicely, so it looks so clean. It's what we call the clean side. We trade, the group I'm telling you about, we trade what we call the dirty side, because that's the side that most traders don't know how to trade, and it's not even that difficult. But this nice clean trend line everybody sees. Again, trend line bounces. It bounces here. It comes and it kind of bounces there again. It comes and it bounces there again. And you're usually taught after the second or the third bounce, price is having trouble getting through it. So here, what you would do, you'd put a buy in because it's bouncing to go up. And where would you put your stop loss? Under there. Again, banks can see that. They can see these orders accumulating up here with stop losses under there, money accumulating up here. So what would happen here? It would bounce. It would start to go up. You'd be like, yes, I'm in profit. I'm making some money here. And then, boom, comes down and just whips you out. Yeah. It's just these ideas that are put out there so clean. Let me show you this actually. So this person actually gave this, told you to do this. This is called Trading View, and people give their ideas here. Look at this. You know, see these lines that people believe are so, that are unbreakable. That bounce, bounce, bounce. This person's telling you to bounce off this line and go up. Well, if you had done that, more than likely, you would have been in problems here. We would have lost the trade. Do you know, I mean, looking at this myself, this is the type of chart I'm just going to show you on the daily. This looks like more something that's getting ready to come down, then it's getting ready to go up to me. Yeah, but we trade slightly differently to avoid these traps. Okay, so there's your trend line. Then the last one, and these kind of people think they're slightly kind of beat the trap. Yeah, it's what we call the break and the retest. They wait for the line to get broken. So same here, the trend line. Yeah, they wait for the trend line, or I'm going to put the box on as well. They wait for the trend line or the box, the support and resistance box that we just spoke about. They wait for it to get broken first. So first let's look at the trend line. So the trend line, they're waiting, they're there. The trend line's broken right there. Just move this out of the way a second. The trend line gets broken right there. It comes and it touches again. So you break, retest the line, and then you sell it. So they would be selling off there. Again, stop loss would be sort of there at the top of this candle there somewhere. Making money, going in their direction, then faffs around a little bit, and then boom, goes up, wipes them out, loses their money there. Yeah, break and retest of the support and resistance line. Same sort of thing. Yeah, you wait till it breaks out. Little breakout here. You wait for it to come back and retest. And then you would have been buying it here and you would have lost here. It would have wiped you out. Break and retest the bottom of this. So it breaks out there. Yeah. Comes back to reach this little breakout here. Comes back to retest it. You see these candles here. Retest. You sell it here. Starts to go and then boom, comes up. Wipes you out there. And I'm not saying you can't win some of the times. You can. But the risk to reward that you get is not as high as if you know the direction to trade in. Us personally, we took a trade off here, and already we're in very, very good profit. If you're taking it there, 1 to 4, 8% on your account, trying to hold it to 1 to 5 if you want. You know, most retail traders that trade these type of strategies, that get caught up in these traps, are happy to take 2% a month. You know, whereas when we trade, we're looking for 10% a week. You know, and that's conservative. You know, I'm one of the more conservative ones. I'm going for 10% a week, and some are going on for twice, 3 times that because they're trading with the banks apart rather than against the banks, and getting trapped in these trading traps that are set out there. They're set up there. So these are the 3 I want you to watch out for, and just be careful around them. I'm not saying you can't make some money around them, but you have to be careful around them. The support and the resistance, like around this box. The trend line. Yeah. Bounces. And then the break and the retest. Yeah. Those are the 3 traps that I'm talking about today that you have to be very, very mindful of, because they're set up. Banks have to trade this way. They have to take your money in order to go in the directions they want to go. You know. Okay, listen, I hope you got some value from that. If you did, please take a second, just give it a thumbs up. Also share it with anyone else you think might get some value from it as well. Like I was saying earlier, if you want to come and trade with us, you want to come and have a look at the strategy that we use, yeah, to actually trade what we call the dirty side, the direction of the banks, then I'm going to give you access to our group and our training. It's every day, and it starts on Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. GMT. Yeah, and we're on for about an hour and a half on live, the leaders, and we get on and we discuss places in the charts that we will trade. We also discuss our strategy. We discuss what I'm talking about, the ways that the banks are moving, sort of, rather than against the banks. So if you want access to that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a video, I'm going to leave a link just below this. You just click on that in the description. And then once you've opted in, you'll get details on how to get into the group, and it's completely for free. It's on Facebook and on Zoom, completely free. Come and have a look. Come and see if it's for you, and you know if you're going to get any value from it. You know. But again, I hope you did enjoy this. If you have any comments, anything, any suggestions, anything that you liked about this, any way that you've been getting trapped, you know, using any of these trading traps, I'd love to hear about it. You know. But either way, I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, you take care, and I'll speak to you soon. All the best. Take care.